The Professor Joe. Let him hear it. The Professor. Yes.
Rape! This is not a rape whistle. It's a life alert system. Saw my doctor. He said, at your age, you should have a life alert system. So I sent a little message to my son, Rick. I said, Rick, maybe you could help me out with it. He says, Dad, don't worry. He says, I'll cover it. Cheap bastard sent me a 50-cent whistle. From now on, I'm going to call him Dick. A life alert system? I don't think so. But you know, maybe with your help, I could change this into a joke alert system. And here's the way it works. One of my jokes is dying, right? Going down. I'll blow the whistle. That's a prompt for you to save the joke by laughter, real or fake. And by the way, I know we have quite a few people out there who are experts at faking it. Right, ladies? Let's hear it. Anyway, I have a lot of trouble. You know, I use these senior codes when I'm texting. My son doesn't understand it. Like for him, you know, I like BTW. For him, it's like, by the way. For me, bring the wheelchair. Then we have like BFF. For him, best friends forever. For me, best friend's funeral. You don't like that one, huh? How about DWI? For him, it's driving while intoxicated. For me, driving while incontinent. Or TOT. For him, tons of time. For me, texting on the toilet. Or TGIF. For him, thank God it's Friday. For me, thank God it's 4 o'clock. Dinner specials. Gigi, I gotta go. The laxative is kicking in. You know, when I get up in the morning sometimes, I don't know whether I should wear boxers or briefs. Depends. Hey, you heard about that guy, the Clipper owner, 80-year-old guy who got a lot of trouble for the things he was saying, you know. But I do agree with him one thing. You know, like him, I'm 80 years old. I'll do anything to get a blowjob. That Viagra included. Oh, boy, this one definitely. Yeah, you know, but he's Jewish. I'm Italian. I'll prove it to you. Hey, yo! Forget about it. That qualifies me. Anyway, I grew up in a very tough neighborhood in the lower Manhattan. It's called Little Italy. And very tough. Do you want to know how tough it was? It was so tough they excommunicated me. Do you know why? The Jewish kids were beating me up. I'll tell you, man, those girls were tough. You know, the other thing about these guys, they all seem to, all these guys had their names, their first names would end in Y. Like Vinny, Rocky, Ivy. Nah, that's a Jewish kid. Get him out of there. Joey, Tommy. And you know, maybe that's why they called them the wise guys. You know, I tell you, a lot of these guys, I'm not putting down the Italian because a lot of them have done very well. They've moved up that scale of the social ladder. We have 3 Italians now on the Supreme Court, right? Antoine Scalia, we got Sam Alioto, and don't forget Clarence Tomaselli. Hey, and if you don't believe they are wise guys, ask Al Gore how he got whacked. But you know one thing, the Italians were very tough in the neighborhood, but they never won a war. Do you know why they never won a war? Because instead of ordering shells the supply clerk was ordering rigatoni. Yeah, rigatoni. That's a great dish. Anyway. But you know, there's so many wars going on. I mean, it's wars all over. What, 68 wars or something like that? Well, anyway, this CNN reporter found out about this old Jewish guy who was going to the Western Wall to pray twice a day for a very, very long time. So they sent someone out to interview him. He said, "What's your name?" "Morris Feinberg." "How long you been doing this?" "About 60 years. "And what do you pray for?" He said, "I pray for peace between the Muslims, the Christians, and the Jews. And I pray that we end all wars and all hatred." Wow, she says, "How do you feel about doing this for 60 years? He says, "I feel like I'm talking to a fucking wall." Thank you. You've been a great audience. Thank you. Thank you. Hey,